Some cars are fast, some are beautiful, and then there is this, the McLaren 570S. New Zealand new, twin turbo. It's a proper supercar with Kiwi DNA, a 3.8 litre twin turbo V8, 419 kilowatts, 0 to 100 in 2.9 seconds. But this just isn't about numbers, it's about feel, precision, and the kind of driving experience that only McLaren can deliver. A massive thanks to Southern Specialist Cars for lending me this 570S to film today. We're gonna find out if it still holds its own in the supercar world. Buckle up, this is going to be a good one. Okay, well, some first thoughts in the baby McLaren. Firstly, I'd have to say it's a bit disrespectful calling it the baby McLaren. It's, even though technically that is true, this is quite a capable piece of engineering. So we have a 3.8 litre V8, 560 horsepower. This car would have been about 400,000 New Zealand dollars when it was released about 9 years ago. And it's a whole lot less than that right now. It is great buying right now. And that's why I wanted to review it. Because, not just because it's the first McLaren I've ever driven, but that's a damn good reason to be reviewing it. But because McLaren is doing so well right now in Formula One. Everybody's watching Formula One thanks to Drive to Survive. And people are starting to get a little bit more familiar with the McLaren brand, and I wanted to get a bit more familiar with the McLaren brand. There are a number of Kiwi references all over the car, which is pretty cool. Bruce McLaren, being a Kiwi, embedded all of this into the car, and so if you're a patriotic Kiwi, then this is definitely the car for you. The first thing I noticed was the steering. The first thing I noticed is the steering. You're very close to the front of the car, which is awesome, and the steering is light, nimble, precise, direct, very nice. The steering wheel feels lovely, and at the 9 and 3 position, my favorite position. It's got a good diameter. It's not too big, it's not too small. It's the Goldilocks diameter. The pedals have a really nice click to them. It's a snappity click. It's not like the weak gesture mouse ears that you'll find on an R8, but it's also not the ultra cool carbon fiber micro switch Ferrari either. It's in between, and it suits the car. It feels really nice and precise. These are carbon fiber pedals, but they've got a nice feel to changing in them. I really like the displays in the car. I like the comfort of the seat, the bucket. The car feels very small. I mean, it is actually quite small, and it feels small, which is pretty cool. So I'm liking that. It's fast, it's capable, it's got enough power to get you into a lot of trouble. I think I might need to get a car like this in my collection. I think I need the McLaren. Wow, coming up this little hill stretch here of nice smooth road. Wow, this is great. Oh wow, on the smooth road, of which we don't have a lot of. Amazing, incredible. You're actually going a lot faster than you think in this car as well. It's interesting, it's quite deceiving. The ride is quite hard, quite firm. I haven't played with all of the different drive settings at the moment. I'm just basically in the standard setting, and I'm in manual driving, manual pedaling, and it's feeling really nice in that setting currently. I just want to get used to the car before we go all silly. I also had a bit of traffic on this stretch of road, so I'm about to try and find another little stretch where there should be no cars, but visibility is good. Visibility out the sides, good mirrors stuck out the side there. Brilliant view from the front cockpit. Out the rear, yeah, you're looking out over the back haunches. Still enough visibility. I think when you combine all the mirrors and everything, it's good. Reversing camera, rubbish. It's delivering pictures probably inferior to the first lunar landing images that we saw, but it serves its purpose, you know, and I believe a lot of that stuff can all be upgraded. You can upgrade the center console to CarPlay and that kind of thing, which would be probably what I would be doing. I like that you can see a lot of the car's color out from the cockpit. Like I can, because the way the bonnet kind of scoops up and round, and because you can see a lot of the mirrors and the painted body color, and I can even see it in the rear. I like that you can see a lot of that as you're driving. It feels really, really good. Now the interior, I personally think it's dated quite well. For, you know, this car's about 9 years old. The interior UI, user interface is probably a bit older than that, I would imagine. I like it, you know, I kind of like it. It's of period. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a Terminator vibe in the way that the fonts and the types and the typesetting is done, and the numbers on the odometer and trips counters and that kind of thing, and all the center console. I really like that center console. Having it portrait like that is not really the best kind of center console, but you know, CarPlay can now adapt. So I imagine that with the CarPlay settings, it could work quite well. Now the sound from the V8 engine is, I like it. It's different to all the other V8s I've got. It's really different. Firstly, it's got a really low idle, which is deep bass, boom, boom, boom. And then as you're driving along and get up to normal speeds, it's kind of a little bit more like it's rearing to go. Great sound. I've probably been driving this car now for about an hour around the hills, and it's a tidy little car to drive. It's really nice. It's a lot of fun. It's not a 488. It's not trying to be, but it's a lot of car for the money. It gets all the looks. I mean, everybody is looking at it everywhere you go. I mean, it's a McLaren. I mean, it's a really specific, unique look, and I like that look. I like it a lot. It's miles per mile, very, very high in this car. Very, very high. It is very hard. It is a very hard ride in the sport mode, particularly on our harsh roads. But that's not uncommon of really any sports car, to be fair. Imagine if you wanted to play with this on the track, it would be a lot of fun. I don't particularly enjoy track driving myself, but if I did, this would be fun. This would be a fun car to have. It's being so small. Oh, and it's got so much power. It's got all the power you need. Fantastic. What a great car. Lovely. It's lovely looking in that rear vision mirror down through those back vents. And as I mentioned before, I think the color, you can see the color of the exterior car everywhere. Love that. It looks great. I think if I was having one of these, it would have to be that McLaren burnt orange. Love that orange color. But let's just pull over up here and we'll take a look around the car. Okay, that's exciting. That's the McLaren. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. So look at the scissor doors. Exciting times. We've just been spending time around the hills driving this thing, and really enjoyable. You've heard what I've said about it, but let's have a look on the outside, shall we? This particular one is in red. I'm going to put the color up on the screen because I don't know the McLaren color, paint color choices. It's got a lot of Very cool carbon bits. Look at the carbon tub for a start. I mean, really deep. And you know, this is new to me as a first-time McLaren person. You got to kind of climb into the tub, but of course it pays dividends when you're driving, because you're in that lovely carbon fiber concealed tub, which is very unique to this particular car. Very, very cool indeed. It's a really nice place to be. Nice bucket seats. Very cool, strong struts here that hold that door, both doors up on a really nice angle, which is very, very cool. Okay, so wandering around the car, a lot of bits where the air can go in, a lot of big holes and things everywhere, like through there, down through here. Door handle is kind of concealed and hidden underneath here to pull and then open it up, which is pretty cool. Nice big wing on this one. It's nice how you can see into the engine. It actually, this almost, it's what's unusual is like this is fully accessible. There's lots of airflow through here, and it's literally like a little bird cage or something that's just holding the engine. I love the sort of the gold space foil wrap around those exhausts. It's very, 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 very cool. And even though it's 9 years old, it's still very futuristic looking. Special thanks to Southern Specialist Cars, who have kindly let me use this car for the day and have a go with it in my very first McLaren. I'm not disappointed. If you're interested in this car, I'll put the link in the description below. It may have already sold by the time you watch it, but it is for sale. And what a great example. Stay tuned, stay watching, and more content coming.